Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back again in the World of Tanks Garage. Today, I'm going to take out my T110E5. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the first Tier 10 tank that I ever got. I actually, years and years ago, when Xbox was first released on 360, I actually played the beta all the way up to the M103. And I got all the way up to the 103 and had the 103 for like 4 days. And then they reset the game and relaunched it on 360. So I loved playing the 103 for those couple of days, and I loved the American line. So I went back down that line, played the whole line, and wound up with the E5. And then at that time, the Kabola was still kind of a weak spot for it, so you really had to protect it. But now that they've changed the status of that to make it a little stronger than what it used to be in the past, this tank is just sheerly awesome. You protect the sides, you just protect the turret, and you can steamroll people with this tank. So we're going to take this bad boy out today, see if we can find a match, see if we can get up into the face of some people, see if we can really put this tank through its paces. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and find ourselves a match, shall we? All right, guys, so let's see what we got here. We got us a 110, a Chieftain, E100, a Mouse, IS-7, E50M, STB, Patent 48, 183, and a Leopard. Ooh, got some strong tanks in this lobby. Pretty strong Tier 10 match. I see a couple guys in the lobby on the other team that are fairly decent players. I played against multiple times. You can see everybody pinging the map here. And I kind of wanted to talk to this about this map. I like to ping over here and stay up here on this upper side. I feel like every time that we have a whole team that decides to push down on the beach, we find ourselves getting kind of separated from the actual battle. They get down there and they can't get back up the hill to actually get back in the fight. So I kind of struggle with the fact of those guys being up there and you know, or I go over here and they all go down there, and then you get, you know, just the short end of the stick, you know, to say the least. So I like to stay up here on this top side because I feel like we have more control to be able to, you know, defend the base, get back to the base. You know, you're not down there on the beach where you're kind of like separated from the rest of your team. But, you know, people go down there and, you know, like you see, we've got a few people, but a majority of our team stayed up on the field this time. And I think the outcome's going to be better for our team to stay up here. But we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. So at this particular point, I'm just kind of waiting. I don't want to push up any further than what I am. You can see I got a couple tanks on my right that are pushing up. We got a couple tank destroyers on my left. But I don't want to get up here and get into the fight and get overran by a couple things. You know, with this E50M, you know, a Leopard, a couple other tanks in here. I mean, they can get around me pretty quickly, cause me a lot of problems. So I don't want to, you know, I'm one of the stronger tanks in the lobby, so I want to try to protect myself as long as I can. So there's no artillery, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm just kind of peeking out there, just kind of keeping things lit up. See if anything in the back might have a shot at it if I get them, you know, detected or something. Or if they try to crest this hill like this Leopard was thinking about doing. I see the 32, and he seems like he's thinking about it, but I'm not quite sure. And then I see him coming up. So I try to blind fire him really quick because he disappeared. I don't know why he went out of view range right there, but I felt like I had enough view range to see him from, you know, 100 feet away, it appears, but apparently not. So we're just kind of slow playing this right now, just kind of digging in here. I get an opportunity to get a shot into this 54. The Leopard's not really peeking the hill, which I was kind of surprised. Our poor 704 put it in the dirt there. I felt bad for that guy. So I'm just kind of peeking this 54, trying to keep him lit up, see if I can get a shot into him, maybe get the 704 to get a shot. Then I see our two heavies here kind of pushed over. So I decided, since the 704 was pushing and those guys had got the middle, I would kind of help put some pressure on this 54. And he's starting to panic and backing up, and he got himself in trouble there. So we went ahead and started focusing on this 32 and this Leopard. We got that other tank that showed up there, but I figured I'd come over here and help this IS-7 with this push. See if we can take out this Leopard, because the Leopard's pretty deadly tank with its gun depression and everything. So I'm just trying to get the Leopard to look at me right now until he gets shot, and now his attention is going to go someplace else. And that was a mistake that he made, because now that me and the 7's going to push at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and try to hit him, see if I can track him. I couldn't track him. I backed up just because I thought he was going to try to come up and over the hill, and he made the play of backing back up, which was a mistake. He should have came back over the hill and got away from me, but 704, he hits me, or the 32 hits me, so I go ahead and wait till I get reloaded so I can take him out really quick, and then we'll continue on with what we got going. We do have a 183 someplace on this board that we haven't found yet. I see the charioteer. I went to roll the hill and then realized I didn't have no gun depression, so he backs right into me. So I decided to come over the top here, just thinking, okay, I'm in pretty good shape. I see this heavy over here, so I go ahead and I back up. Figure I'd stay on this ridge line, see if we can help this. I get a nice clean shot into the front of him. So I go ahead and turn. I go back over towards this guy. So me and the 7 is doing fairly well over here with this. I think it was a 110 that was with us. So we're just, kind of just overrunning these guys pretty much on this side. So I get another shot into him. The 7 finishes it off. I go ahead and pivot and turn, and oh my God, the 183 hit me. And thank God he hit my track and absorbed a lot of it. And that was the tank I was worried about the most, and he had a shot on me there. I mean, well played to him. So I saw where he was and he disappeared, but I'm going to blind fire once, and bam, I get a nice clean hit on him. So I just took note of where he was and tried to zoom in there really quick, and got that quick shot on him, which paid off, So I decided to go ahead and push, but I'm not really too sure I want to deal with this WT and this 183 right now, because they're kind of down in that little gorge, and I'm more concerned about a couple of these players. This Davis guy right here is a fairly decent player. I've ran across him a couple times, and him being in a 50M, I'm going to go ahead and focus my attention on him. He's more of a threat to me than anybody else. We do have a Chieftain over here as well as an M48 Patton. So some pretty deadly tanks, so I got to be cautious of these guys. Like I said, I played against the guy in the 50M before. He usually runs an Action 10, and I know he has 3 stripes on his Action 10, and so he's a very competent player. I'll give him a shout out there. So we go ahead, and I see that the Chieftain's focusing on this tank destroyer. So I'm going to take this opportunity to get a nice clean one into him. Somebody else hits him and is going to finish him off here. So this gives me the opportunity to get reloaded and start pushing down towards this E50M. Like I said, I want to get this 50M and this Patton off the board. These are very deadly tanks, and they're working very well. This 48's having a pretty decent game so far, I believe. So I go ahead and I push the corner and I surprise the 50, which go ahead and gets him off the board. Now we've got the other one pinched, so I'm going to go ahead and keep the pressure on him and just push around to him. And at this point, the WT, PZ4, and the 183 really ain't a factor right now, because they're still down in that little gorge, so I didn't have to really worry about them too much. So right here, I got a shot onto him. So I zoom in here, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to hit him. Wait, what? Hello? Game? Can I pin the 183? So I don't know how that didn't pin him. I figured I had the angle on him to do it, but I tried to squeeze one shot. Oh, yes. Nice shot on the PZ4 to take out his gun and cause a little bit more damage before he's able to slip away. I see he's over there. He gets taken care of. So I spin around because I see this STB-1 coming up, and I don't want to let him get after me. Pretty deadly tank in this STB-1. So I'm going to go ahead and put up on the ridge. I don't want to pull over to the 704 and kind of be at the same angle so that the STB can just shoot at either one of us. I want to get up and over the hill and maybe create a different angle, but then I realized that the E100 is not going to our base. He's actually coming towards us, and I was going to try to shoot him there, but I just didn't quite have a clean shot. He's got the unupgraded gun, so he's not, I'm not really too concerned. He's being very aggressive, so I just kind of pivot, and then I saw the dirt fly up there from that STB-1, so I know he's got a line of sight on me. So I tried to back up a little bit, but then I slid off, and it wasn't the STB-1 that was shooting at me. It was the Carnivon, apparently, because the STB-1's trying to flank us or get back and reset the cap. So I turned my attention to him since we got the 100s being taken care of and being dealt with. So I get a shot into the STB-1. He flips around, shoots a shot into me, which is fun, takes out my driver. I go ahead and reset it, but he's not paying attention and runs right into the building, which cost him massively. So I get another shot into him, and the other tank goes ahead and finishes him off. So we turn our attention to the E100 just in the nick of time, but then he dies, so no worries. So at this point, I'm wanting to close in on this Carnivon, and I'm trying to tell this guy to get off the flag. I'm telling him to go ahead and attack. I'd like to see, it's a Carnivon. We have the numbers. We should be able to deal with him. He's still not getting off the flag. I'm like, come on, come on, come on. Please get off the flag. I'd like to get a little bit more damage if I can and maybe another kill. I go ahead and ping the map one more time for him to get off the cap, and he still doesn't. I'm trying to locate the flag. I see the Carnivon. I said 0 timer. Can I squeeze a round off? I try to zoom in just a little, and I critted his track and reset the cap. But I was hoping to try to like fling around over there and maybe get a little bit more damage. But let's see how we did. So overall, I felt like we had a fairly decent game. We had 5 kills. We had just shy of 6,000 damage, 500 or 5,899. So, I mean, great game. We blocked 950. We didn't assist in anything, which I found very surprising. But great game on our part. You know, we stayed pretty aggressive with that IS-7 on the right-hand side. Then we turned our attention to the 2 deadly tanks in the middle. As you can see, the Patton 48, he had a 5,000 game. The other guy didn't have, the 50M didn't have quite nearly as good as game, but that Chieftain and that 48 that was in the middle and their E100 was having great games. We shot 19 rounds. We hit 19. We pinned 15 of them. So we did 351 on the Charioteer. We went ahead and we killed him. 889 on the 54. We did over 1,000 on the Leopard. I think we only hit him once for 407 on the 183. The 32 we hit once just for cleanup for the 132 because we was busy dealing with the Leopard. We hit the other guy here for 841. The Carnivon we didn't see. We just critted him. The 50M we got 1 shot for 350. The STB we got 2 shots for 771. And the WT we hit once for 388. And the Chieftain we hit once for 413. And then the Patton for, I missed it there. But it wasn't a bad game. I mean, I'll take it. A win's a win. We were top damage on our team, only second to our Patton. Second place was our Patton, excuse me. But we got a high caliber and, you know, a great game. Great game on our part. I really enjoyed it. Everything kind of felt really smooth that game. I felt like we pushed when we needed to push. We had team support and everything seemed to work out. Some tank destroyers at key moments. Made some shots that, you know, helped me from getting shot in the butt, you know, with the 100 just about ready to shoot me. He went ahead and got taken care of, and a couple other tanks got taken care of. The only one that I really was worried about was that 183, and he did hit me, but we absorbed it on our track. So, but with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting new YouTube content and when we're live streaming. If you haven't checked us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out, be part of the audience. If you're new to those channels, smash those follow buttons there. So until next time, guys, thanks for all the support on the channel and the series. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and we'll see your faces on the battlefield. Thanks so much, guys, for checking out my video. If you enjoyed that video, hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe for future videos.